Hi everyone.
Hi.
How you guys doing?
We are good. And you?
No, we're good. We're good. We're good. Well done, guys. Well done. Well done. All you guys who are attending. Let's give it 5 minutes for people to hop on, and then I'll tell you guys what to do. Who hasn't used Microsoft Teams before?
Me,
I haven't.
Okay, you're gonna learn. You guys are gonna learn. So Microsoft Teams is good for collaboration. All the files, all the recordings will be in that Microsoft Teams, in that portal. So Simpiwe, you made it.
Yes.
Tell us where you're from, who you are. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what you're expecting from this course.
My name is Simpiwe and I'm from South Africa, in Durban. What I'm expecting in this course is that I can learn more and have some skills in web design.
At the moment, what you're doing, Simpiwe, what design you're doing?
Nothing yet. I'm just a dancer.
Okay, cool. Thanks, bro. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Joshua, where you based, bro?
I'm in Belito. Yeah, I've also don't know anything about design, so I'm just hoping to learn.
Cool. Welcome. Welcome. Who else wants to introduce themselves? You guys can introduce yourself.
So Neil, I'm going to switch off my microphone because my dogs are very loud.
Yeah, who is it? Who's that? Who's that?
It's Taryn.
Taryn, where are you? I can't see you. Let me find you.
No, mine comes up as Liam LaRue, my son's one. I don't know why.
Oh, okay, cool, Chaz. Thanks, Chaz. Thanks for attending, Chaz.
Thank you.
UJ, my friend, welcome. Welcome, guys. Medin, Roshni, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looking forward to this.
Cool. Thank you. Medin, gonna introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, what you do, what's your expectations from this call.
Did you say me, Sanel?
Yeah, Medin, you. What's your?
Mardine from Smart Teens. My expectation is to redo my Smart Teens website, plus my video website, so that I can load all my YouTube videos in a place where it's easier for the clients to be able to access what they need in terms of personal, business, etc., etc. So I'm looking very forward to it. Thanks, Sunil.
No, thank you, Medin. Welcome, guys. Roshni, good to see you. I am seeing Roshni after so long. Roshni, how's
I
it?
know.
Where are you in Joburg? I heard you are in Joburg.
Yes, I'm in Johannesburg, and it's thanks to Renal who convinced me this morning that I should attend and learn something new. So I'm looking forward to it.
Where is he? He invited you. Where is he?
I'm also looking for him to see if he's joined.
Yeah. Cool. I see a lot of people. Nathan is here. Nathan, good to see you. Your mom really worked hard to get you on. Well done. Good to see Nathan here. Well done, all you guys who are here. In fact, all you guys, well done. LC. Who's the unknown user? Is that Priyanka, unknown user? Just name yourself. If you can, if you know how to name yourself, just name yourself so we know who you are. We know who you are. The one that says Janie Church. Janie Church. Who's that? What's your name? How do I say it?
Talking to me? Yeah.
Yeah. What's your what's your name, bro?
It's pronounced Jamie. That's
Yeah.
an of an E, not sure why. Yeah, I'm Jamie Church. I'm also from Belito. I don't have any prior experience to web design, but I'm looking into getting into this field. I've just finished my matric, and it's a good way to start life.
So what I did was I just muted you guys. So just unmute yourself if you want to talk. Just unmute yourself and just mute yourself again, because then it's going to cause that feedback. That sounds like, I don't know what to call that. Cool, guys. Well, listen, that's why we are here. We are here for absolute beginners. If you know nothing, absolute beginners. Roshni, do you want to introduce yourself? Tell us who you are, what you do, where you're from, what support you offer.
Hi there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Awesome. All right. I'm an NLP life coach. My brand is Creative Wellness Concepts. I'm an NLP practitioner who's got a trademark program called Empower Yourself to Flip Your Script. I'm also a laughter therapy coach, and I do employee well-being workshops and other sessions like critical incident debriefs and so on. So I'm very focused on people wellness. I also own Angel Light Empowerment Studio, where I do energy alignment coaching, and I'm a Reiki master teacher. So it's new environment for me, having just relocated to Johannesburg and trying to settle down with business here.
Yeah, no, well done. Welcome, Renal. I mean, Roshni, Renal was introducing me to you, and I told him that we go way back from SAWF days. I was telling him way back from Michelle's days.
Yes. And also, I've attended lots of your courses, and you've contributed a lot to me knowing what I know today in the social media environment.
No, thanks for the support. Thanks, Roshni. Thanks for everything. All of you guys, thanks for so much. Thank you. Thanks. Enjoy the show. So,
Thank you.
guys, you guys are in for a treat. Today we're gonna go basic. We're gonna go very basic today. We're gonna go very intro. So today I'm gonna teach you guys some intro about web design, some basic introduction stuff. All the information will be saved as we speak. You can see it says it's recording. It means that whatever we say will be recording. We're recording everything in the group, and all the sessions will be recorded in the group, as well as all the templates as we go along. We're going to have 8 sessions, and of those 8 sessions I'm going to be sharing templates. I'm going to be giving you cheat sheets. I'm going to be giving you a whole lot of notes, but I'll only load the notes as we do those lessons. So Renal, how's it? You made it. Any questions before we start? Anyone wants? Good to see Pastor Chris is here. Welcome.
So now
How's it?
I just wanted to make a comment, not a question. And the comment is, if you are under 25 and you're sitting on this group, you're about to have a life-changing situation and you need to embrace this. This is the most unbelievable opportunity that you guys are going to be getting from Sanel. And I promise you, if you take this information, use it for the rest of your life, it will change your life forever. So well done that you're here. Stick it through and make sure you finish it. and then use it to your advantage, but also give back. Thanks, Zanel.
Mady, thank you for that. Thanks for that. I'm not paying Mady to say that. I didn't pay Mady to
Not
say
a chance. He didn't pay me
that.
anything.
Thank you so much for that. I appreciate all the kind words. Guys, listen carefully. This will change your life. This is always a backup. So this WordPress has been feeding me for the past 10 years. I am freelancing fully for the past 10 years. I left my paying job in Joburg in October 2014. I came down to Durban, and I've been building websites for companies all over the world. I've built websites in Spain, I'm just going to mute everybody. I built websites all over the world for Disney, for the car companies, for big companies, corporates all over the world. So I can tell you honestly, it is going to change your life. Also, everything runs on the web now. So if you need to do a small invite, you can do a small website to collect leads or invites. So everything runs on the web. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with some basic stuff about WordPress. Just going to mute you all. Yeah, sorry guys, I just had to disable your mic. So let's begin. Let's share. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you guys some chat GPT. I'm going to teach you guys some chat GPT. Chat GPT is very important in terms of your to setting up and getting your content. So I've been building websites for 25 years. I started in the year 1999 building websites, and I started the old school way. I started coding. I started using a platform called Front Page, and we used to use something called Dreamweaver. Those platforms are still available. I still use Dreamweaver because sometimes I need to go into the code and manipulate something in WordPress. I can do it, but you don't need to know any code when it comes to WordPress. So I've been using WordPress from the year 2010, and ever since then I haven't been coding. Once I started using WordPress, I haven't been coding. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen. Tell me if you guys can see my screen. So what we're going to do is first I'm going to do some foundations with you guys, some foundational stuff. I'm going to first open up ChatGPT. I'm going to teach you guys ChatGPT. There's two main programs we're going to be doing today. We're going to be covering today. One is called ChatGPT, and one is called Canva. You guys, your homework for today is to play around with ChatGPT and to play around with Canva. You can just play around with the free versions, which is perfect. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. So hope you guys got a headphones. The reason why I said to you guys get a headphones is because the headphones, when you put the headphones on, you hear better. So when I'm speaking, you'll hear that better when I'm speaking. So you don't have to strain your ears and to say what I said because I speak a bit fast. So get that earphones, get the headset, because the headset will also, what the headset also does, it makes you concentrate on what you're doing. So that is why I suggested you guys get a headset. Headset is very important to listen and get the right words. Also, WordPress is hands-on. WordPress is a hands-on platform. It means that websites are hands-on. You can't just watch a video and expect to build websites. It's like driving. It's like driving or swimming. You can't learn to drive a car just by watching a tutorial. You got to practice. The same with swimming. Imagine googling how to you're going to Google how to swim. You got to learn and practice how to swim. The same with websites. You got to learn how to build a website. Now, a website is made up of two components. It's made up of the visual, which is the graphics, and then it is the actual layout, which is the content. So there's two parts of a website. One is the graphic, and one is the layout, which is the code. It's all hidden in the code is actually hidden in WordPress. So before you take on any single project, you first need to sit with the client and you need to have a discovery call with the client. And you need to ask the client, hey, what are the requirements of the website. In that discovery call, you're going to be asking the client about their colors, their logo, what type of website they want. Now, when it comes to websites, there's various different types of websites. You can have a basic website like a one-page website. You can have a normal brochure website that is static, or you can have a full-on e-commerce website. An e-commerce website is the ability to sell your products online. Or you might even get a website that sells courses, an LMS. That's called an LMS. So if you're a trainer or you're going into the learning industry, you might want to build up a learning management system, which is called an LMS. So WordPress has the ability to do all of that. So just to give you some backstory about WordPress, WordPress was launched in the year 2003 as a blog platform. Now, I'm not sure if many of you guys are familiar with a blog, but a blog is basically a collection of articles. Basically, what a blog is a collection of articles that that people can read, like a magazine article, but only thing it's online. And I'm sure many of you have seen some blogs online. Let me give you an example of blogs online. Um, my broad brand is a blog. Um, uh, uh, my MoneyWeb is a blog. Uh, Health 24 is a blog. So all those are blogs. So initially, WordPress was started off as a blog, but now it is fully fledged website. Now you can build a website. Now you can build an e-commerce store, online store. You can build an LMS. You can build a gallery. You can build all of that using WordPress. Now I want you to think of WordPress like your cell phone. All of you guys, I'm sure all of you have got a cell phone, whether it's a Samsung or an iPhone or any of the other brands. We've all got a cell phone. When you buy your cell phone, when you open it up, unwrap it on the box, it's got a few apps on it. But if you want WhatsApp, you got to download that app on your phone. So think of your website like that phone that comes out of the box. And then if you need to extend that phone, you download WhatsApp, you download Facebook, you download Snapchat, you download TikTok. All those are apps. So I can extend the functionality of my website by using apps. But on WordPress, those apps are called plugins. So just remember what I'm saying to you. You can go back and watch this. So don't be too intimidated by it. It's all going to make sense as you build. As you build, it's going to make sense. And at the end of this training program, you should be able to build websites. All those websites I spoke to you. You'll be able to build an e-commerce store. You'll be able to build a LMS. You'll be able to build a gallery. All of that. So the first lesson I'm going to do with you is called ChatGPT. How many of you guys are using ChatGPT already? You can use the chat facility. There's chat. You can just chat on that user chat and just say who's that you're using it already. Tell me if you can see my screen, right? Can you see my screen? Just give me a thumbs up. So I'm just going to go through an introduction of ChatGPT with you. And how do you make this full screen? So I'm sure all of you guys are youngsters here. I'm sure you have already been introduced to ChatGPT. So go to ChatGPT and sign up. It's free of charge. You can get now ChatGPT allows you to chat without even signing in. But when you go to ChatGPT, this is what you will see. You can click on the bottom right. You can click bottom left. Sorry. You can click sign up or sign in. This is what you will see. So you go to chat.openai.com and you sign in or you sign up. Use your cell phone to sign in. I don't know, for some reason it doesn't allow CELC numbers to sign in. So you got to use another network. You can also sign in using your Google account and your Google account as well as your Microsoft account. So this is what you would see. This is what you would see when you sign into ChatGPT. On the left-hand side are your chats. These are all your chat histories. Uh, these are the capabilities. It'll give you some options as well, the types of prompts you can type in the middle is the chat box. This is where you type in your prompts. Now, the prompts are very important. If ever you have used Google, this is where you type in your prompt, your prompt. This is where you type in your question, the chat box. And then on the left-hand side is the settings. Now, if you look at mine, you'll see mine is the dark theme. I went into settings and I changed my theme. By default, it is the white or the light theme, which, you know what, it's the dark theme is easier on my eyes. So when I click on my profile at the bottom left, it will give me this menu here. I can go into settings or I can customize ChatGPT. So for the first time you're using ChatGPT, it's advisable for you to go and customize your ChatGPT. What does it mean? So ChatGPT will allow you to customize your chat. So you, in the beginning, you'll introduce yourself and say, "Hey, who you are? My name is Sipo, and I am an engineer based in Stanger, and I am looking for clients in who need who want to. I'm looking for clients who want to fix their machinery, and I want to create content for those people." Now, remember, this is very important. ChatGPT is a text-based program. Why is it going next? So under the same general tab, you can go and set your settings. You can choose the settings you want. You can also choose to export your settings. And that's the first part of ChatGPT. So what I'm teaching you now, ChatGPT is an AI tool. The second part is AI, which is image generation. So you can also use AI to create a lot of images for you that are AI generated. So there's two programs we use for that. One is called DALL-E 2 and Canva. Both are free. DALL-E 2 is the sister of ChatGPT. And this is a funny meme I saw about ChatGPT, that a lot of people are afraid that ChatGPT is going to take over their jobs, or AI is going to take over the jobs. And I said to people, I keep on saying to people, it's still far away before AI starts to take over your job. There's still a lot more that needs to happen before that happens. So while we are at this phase, embrace this technology, use it. So just ChatGPT sister, it's called DALL-E 2. So just if you signed into ChatGPT, you can use DALL-E 2. DALL-E 2 basically works a very similar way to ChatGPT, and it allows you to create images. So some of the images that you can create, all these are image AI generated images. So basically, you go into DALL-E 2, you type in a prompt, you'll say create create a picture of a panda riding a wave with a hat, and it will create that for you. So DALL-E 2 is good to create unique images for your projects. Now, this tool, what I'm teaching you, is called Clipchamp. I'm just doing an overview. I'm just introducing you to these tools. We're going to go into detail in the next couple sessions. There is a very good tool that's released by Microsoft. It's called Clipchamp. Clipchamp is an AI video tool. It works very similar to Canva, and it allows you to create text to voice. So if I type something, it'll talk for me. So this is an example of this is an example of the canvas for it. Basically, it looks very similar to Canva. You basically, this is your canvas, and you drag and you drop your elements into this canvas area. You can also type in something, and the program will talk for you instead of you speaking. If you are shy and you don't want to hear your own voice, you can ask the AI to speak for you. And what's good about Clipchamp is that the AI has got very realistic voices, unlike TikTok and all the other AI generated voices. I mean, if you've been on TikTok for a while, you know the AI generated voices. We all know that guy who is the AI guy, and there's also a lady. You can recognize their voice anyway because those are all AI voices. But what's good about Clipchamp is that it allows you to create realistic voices that will sound as close as possible to the person you want. So Clipchamp is an AI video generation tool. It's a quick and easy video editor. It's very similar to Canva, but it's much more. You get much more control over the layers and the elements. So I'm going to stop it there. Any questions so far? I'm going to. How do we unshare this? Yeah, let's see. How do you unshare this? Jamie, did you? Are you guys there? You guys got your hands up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
get a question.
with DALL-E 2, I've just been going on the websites while I've been saying this all. It says DALL-E 2 is no longer usable, but now we use DALL-E 3. So I'm not sure if that's the one we should use instead.
Yeah, so just use DALL-E 3. Just use DALL-E 3. Basically we started with DALL-E 1, DALL-E 2, DALL-E 3. So
Yeah, I see that.
Canva has DALL-E 1 built into it. So Canva, if you use Canva, it has DALL-E 1 built into it.
Okay, cool.
Good question.
Thank you.
Good
That's
question.
what I
Thanks,
understand.
Jamie. Well done. It's a well done. Very good question. Michael? Mike, you there? Just unmute.
Hi, Sunil. These programs
Hi.
that you just told us about, are they free or do we have to purchase them?
Most of them are free. Clipchamp is free. ChatGPT is free, and yeah, most of them are free.
Like DALL-E 3, do we have to pay for it?
No, they give you 15 credits free a month. I think a day. I think they give you 15 credits free a day or a month.
Okay.
You just
Hello.
gotta go in. Hi.
Hi, Sunil. It's Serena.
Hi, Serena.
I just want to know with DALL-E 3, it's an AI image generation. So if we are a business and we have our own product that you want to maybe generate a background or add something, does it also work like that where we can upload and
Yes.
okay. Thank you so much.
Well, it won't allow you to upload, but you can give it a prompt and say, hey, create an image of me, create an image of my product at the sunset, all of that. You can just give it. The more information you give, the better it is. In fact, I had a client who's based in the States, and she sells hair products, and all her images are generated from AI.
Wow. That's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
P. Sukati. Who's P. Sukati? P. Sukati. How do I say it? Hope I'm saying it right. Are you there? Are you there, Michael? You got your hands up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you ChatGPT. So this is ChatGPT. This is ChatGPT in real life. As you can see, I've got all my, on the left-hand side, I've got all my previous chats. And let's say I get a project. Let's say I get a project. Somebody comes up to me and say to me, let's choose a fun project. Let's say today, let's say we want to build build a website for a nursery that looks after kids, and they're based in Durban, and at the moment they are looking after 20 kids. So let's do a profile. So let's say today we are building the website for Rainbow Kids Rainbow Kids Crash based in Pinetown, Durban. So let's say I just give them a prompt like this, and I hit enter. So can you see it gave me something, but it gave me some information, but the information is too broad. It's too brown. It's too broad, and it's too boring, and it's too. Listen, end of the day, there's not enough information. No, let's go. Let's go. So let's give it more information. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this information. So ChatGPT is trigger happy. It's ever ready to help you. So today we are building the website for Rainbow Kids Creche based in Durban. They currently have 20 kids and looking to enroll 10 more. They have a fun and exciting educational curriculum. They have a fun and exciting educational curriculum. So if there's any spelling mistakes, just verify the spelling mistakes. Just right click and you can change the spelling mistakes. You can say the creche was started in October 2005 by Mrs. Jane Smith, a retired school teacher. Her motto is every kid deserves an education. Can you give us some homepage information? Watch what happens now. Can you see it's giving us more information? So as you can see now, it's giving us more information. One second, I just got to. Welcome to this. As you can see, it's giving us more information. It's much more in depth. So the more information I give to ChatGPT, the better quality. So let's ask it for some services. Can you give us some services? Sorry about that, guys. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm very sorry. I'm at home today. I'm working from home, so I'm sorry about that. So ChatGPT is very good. It gives you a lot of content. So my advice to you is learn how to use ChatGPT, and it will make your life easy. You can actually use ChatGPT for almost everything that you need to be done. As you can see, the left-hand side, I've got a whole lot of stuff that's done with the ChatGPT. Sales funnels. I did a lot of stuff. Most of the content I do, I create using ChatGPT. So I'm going to stop sharing that. Any of you guys already using ChatGPT? Anybody is already using ChatGPT? Who's using ChatGPT?
I'm already on it. I'm using it for a survey. Well, like this form that I'm completing. So, you know how they ask you too many questions and you just can't be bothered to think.
Which one? Which form is that?
It's for Stanford University. So now they want to take us into a business mentorship program. So they have to ask you all these questions about your company. So ChatGPT, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. So Clara is one of our very good students. So well done, Clara. You tell her what to do and she follows. So Clara is on the ball with all this information. So thanks, Clara, for attending. And so ChatGPT has changed my life and made my life in terms of business very easy. Chris, did you have
can
a
I ask
question?
a question? Yes.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Thanks, Sunil. I heard last week that Google is clamping down on AI-generated prompts or algorithms. So I don't know, have you heard of this? What's your thoughts on this if you have?
Yeah, well, listen, it'll come to a point. I think it'll come to a point where they will. But my advice to you is, I don't think it has. I don't think it has started as yet. Until then, use it. You know, if they are going to do that, then they are going to, it's going to affect their own AI, because they also have an AI that they launched.
Yeah. Gemini, I think it is.
Yeah, because they just rebranded it recently. So we still have to investigate on that. But until then, let's use it.
Okay, and then with DALI 3, are you going to show us how to actually do an example of generating a pic on that?
Okay, let's try. Let's see if it helps. If we can go to DALI 2. Let's see. I'm just waiting for the load, then I can share my screen with you. Okay, there it's loaded. So I'm gonna share the screen with you now. So so what you do is you're gonna go to DALI. Just go to DALI. Just search DALI 2, right? And what you must be logged into. You must already be logged into your. You must be logged into it. Okay, it says that she's not using. Okay, let's try DALI. These are some of the images that are generated through DALI 2, right? Let's try DALI 3.
Actually, there's no white for that.
Say it again. You said something, bro. Chris, I think what I'll do is I'll just investigate for that, and we'll do that in the next lesson, right? Because I see they're not allowing us to go into DALI. but I will investigate that and get some information for you about that, right?
Okay, thanks.
There's another one called Midjourney. There's quite a few AIs that we could use, but I will investigate the DALI one, why it's not working, and I will get back to you. The other way to do it is also use Canva, and Canva also does AI images as well. Let's continue. The next thing I want to show you guys is Canva. So I want to show you guys Canva. If you haven't used Canva as yet, my advice to you is to go and get Canva. So Canva is a all-in-one program. If you can get Canva Pro, it's even better. Canva Pro for one user, I think is 110 Rand a month. Or if you want, you can get the 5 teams version. The 5 teams version works out to, I think it's 210 Rand for the 5 teams version. So basically with Canva, Canva allows you, it's an all-in-one suite that allows you to create documents, presentations, websites. You can even create websites within Canva, but they're very basic and they're not very functional. They look beautiful, but they're very basic. So if you want like basically a Canva website is like a PowerPoint presentation that's a website. Canva also allows you to edit videos. You can also create YouTube videos. And what's good about Canva? Canva has done for you sizes. So let's say you want to use it for social media. On the top right, if I click on create a design, and guys, listen, very important. This is very important what I'm trying to tell you. Use Canva on your computer. If you don't use if you use the mobile app on your phone, Canva, you'll find that it's very restricted and very limited. So my advice to you is use Canva on your phone or on your tablet. Now, when you click on create new design, it has the done for you sizes. So if I want to create an Instagram post, I can create an Instagram post. It'll give me the right dimensions of that. Now, as I mouse over, you're going to see it tells me 1080 by 1920 px. Now, what's the px? The px stands for pixel. You can write this down. Write the pixel. So basically, everything is done in pixels online. On anything to do with design, with digital design, is a pixel. So well done for that answer. So what's good about Canva? Why I'm showing you Canva in the beginning? Because you might get a client who will come to you and say, hey, listen, I'm starting from scratch. I'm a startup and I don't even have a logo. So you can create the logo for them. The logo, you can create a logo for them. All of this stuff is all done for you stuff. Like, so me, I've been using Canva for many years, many months, and I've been busy. So I've been really busy. This guy here is Manla Dube. If you guys, what you can do is just Google Manla Dube. He's a very well-known director as we speak in on Netflix. So I'm busy doing a project with him. So these are all the projects that I've been busy with recently. And what's good about Canva? Canva keeps everything for you in the cloud. Canva works in the cloud. It remembers your designs. I can go and duplicate these designs. So me, my favorite pastime is I like to make stickers for WhatsApp. So you can see I'm here, I made these stickers for WhatsApp. And what's good about Canva, it remembers. So what's good? Now, if you look at all these designs that I created here, they're all different dimensions. Like this is a design that is a vertical design, which is like a WhatsApp story or a Facebook it's a WhatsApp story or a WhatsApp status or a Facebook story. This here is a logo that I designed. It's 400 by 78 pixels. As you can see, it's got a horizontal layout. Look at this image. This image has got a different size. This image has got a different size. This one is 1920 by 1080. This is a high definition size. So when you are working in your website, I want you to think of pixels. So how does pixels work? Pixels work across and then coming down. So it's 1920 across by 1080 going down. This one is 400 by 78. It's 400 pixels across by 78 pixels going down. So I want you to look at your screen. So whatever screen you're looking at, whatever device you're looking at, take out your cell phone, take out your tablet, take out your smartwatch, take out your phone. Look at the screen. They are all different sizes. Now they are all measured according to pixels. So when a screen when a cell phone screen says 1920 by 768, it means that there's 1920 pixels across by 728 pixels going down. But we're going to do that in detail just now. So I can come in here and choose any design. Let's say I want to create a header. So I come on the top, I click create header. It's got the preset sizes that I want to set up. What if it doesn't have the preset sizes? I can upload, I can choose a custom layout size, or I can even import a picture. I can import a current picture like a current header. I can upload from my computer, or I can create a custom size. So for this lesson, let's create a custom size. So I'm going to click custom size. The width, I'm going to make it 1080 by 500 pixels. I'm going to click on create design. So it opens up. It opens up in this new layout. This is Canva. This is the Canva window. This is the canvas area where I will be working. This on the top is the file menu. So on the left hand side, if I click on file, I can rename this file. Let's call this Rainbow Kids header. Right. And then within this file menu, I can either save, I can save to a folder, I can make a copy, all of that. If I want to resize it, everything's under file. So it also changed the top. I can also change the name on the top. So on the left-hand side, I'm just going to go quickly through these menus. The first one is design. All my designs will be here. All my preset designs are here. As you can see, they're all designs that look nice. Just say I want this one. I'm going to click on this, and it opens up in the middle. This is the styles that I can save for my header. On the left-hand side, I can even search for styles. So let's go back and say I want Krish. Or let's say kids school. Can you see? It's got some beautiful done for you designs. Can you see that? So the ones that have a crown means it's pro that I got to pay for it. So I haven't renewed I'm using the free version. Let's say I want to use this one. I want to use this one. If I click on it, it adds it there for me. This is the free version. Can you see that? So this is the header that I'm designing for my Krish. On the left-hand side, there is elements. I just want to see who that is. On the left-hand side, there are elements. Elements are like stickers, graphics, a whole lot of stuff that I can add to my. It's got images, it's got videos that I can add and drag and drop that into my design. It's got text as well, beautiful done for you text. I can add text. Let's say I want to add a heading there. Let's say I want to add a heading in there, and I want to say rainbow kids. And then I can also add beautiful designs like headings that are styled that have a design. All of this, some of them are free, some of them are paid. But my advice to you is pay for it, because if you pay for it, you're getting so much more value. You can come under brand is basically you load your main brands. Like I've got my logo and I've got my colors in there. Uploads is where you upload your own pictures. Like just say you want to upload your own logos and you want to upload your own pictures. Like I'm busy doing a website for a construction company at the moment. I uploaded his logo, uploaded his pictures, and this year was for a spa in Durban that I'm creating. I uploaded her pictures. So uh, there's a lot of capabilities. I can also upload videos and I can also upload audio as well. So I uploaded videos of my trainings and I uploaded some, as you can see, I've also uploaded some memes as well and some audio. You can also upload audio as well. Then don't worry about draw, don't worry about projects. Come down to photos. What's good about Canva? It's got beautiful Shutterstock videos. It's got pictures from Shutterstock. Now, if you've ever used Shutterstock, Shutterstock will cost you 750 Rand a month. Shutterstock and iStock, they are very expensive. But with Canva, you're getting that entire library of images for free. And it's also got done for you audio as well. But my advice to you is uh, what's good about this audio is it if you upload it onto social media, most of the time they're not going to block you because it's coming from Canva. And then videos as well. So if I want to create a video, there's got some good videos. Remember what I said to you, the ones with the crown means that it's pro. So if you use the pro version, so just to explain to you, if you are in the free version and you use any of the elements that says pro, it's going to ask you to pay $1 for that, for each element you use. So for each element you use, it's going to ask you to pay $1. But if you got the pro version, you can use unlimited assets and elements for one fee, which is either 100 Rand a month or 200 a month, depending on which fee you choose. And then once I'm happy with my design, so in this actual area, this is the canvas area of Canva. Each element is a layer. Think of each element as a layer. As I mouse over, I will see a border around it. As I mouse over each element, I'll see a border. When I click on that element, it activates these nodes. I can use my mouse and move the resize using these nodes. Can you see that? I can resize it. So that's the reason of these nodes is to resize. I can move them. If I right click on this element, I can also duplicate this element. I can move it around. I can move them behind each other. There's so much I can do with it. I can just say I want to change this text. I can click on this text and I can change the color of this text. Let's make the text black, right? Or just say I want to change this element from pink, from red or whatever color it is. I want to make it orange or yellow. I can do that. I can move it around. I don't like this blue. I can make it into a nice blue. And then each element can be moved, can be resized. Let's say I want to upload something from my uploads. So I go to uploads and let's say I want to upload a nice picture. Let's say I want to upload a picture of, let's say I want to upload a picture of, let's say, so just click on the image and then I can resize it. I can move it around. That's why it's good to have a mouse, because it makes it easy to drag and drop and resize. Now, once I'm happy with this file, I just click on share on the top right, and I'll be able to download this image. I can click and I can download it. I can either download it as a PNG or a JPEG. Now, people will ask me what's the difference between a PNG and a JPEG. So JPEG, if you are downloading a picture with an image like a photograph, download as a JPEG. If you're downloading an image with a lot of text, download as a PNG. PNG is much higher than a JPEG. A PNG will give you a much more crisp image, and it will be much more clearer, but it will be a much more heavy file. So that is Canva in a nutshell for you. So your homework for today is you're going to go and learn ChatGPT. You're going to go and learn DALL-E. You're going to go and learn Clipchamp, and you're going to go and learn. Even if you just download the stuff and play around with it, you're also going to learn Canva as well. Any questions? Unknown, just got your hands up. Who's unknown? You can unmute.
I think I might be unknown.
Yes, you are
I'm
unknown.
I'm Leona. So I've been using ChatGPT for a while, as well as Canva. I lived in the US for a couple of years, and I started photography while I was there. And to create my whole profile and portfolio, I use ChatGPT a lot and Canva. So I'm pretty used to using those two. And I actually used Canva to create my logo.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty familiar with it.
Okay, cool. So that's good. That's good. So continue using it because you'll be using a lot of. I use a lot. I use ChatGPT a lot for my projects. I also use Canva a lot. So just to let you know, I use Photoshop a lot. I've been using Photoshop for almost 20 years. So I use Photoshop for my main design tool is Photoshop. But Photoshop might take me 2 hours to do a design. I can do the same design in 2 minutes in Canva. So that's the difference between Canva and Photoshop, is that the time saving. So even though I still love Photoshop and Adobe products, when it comes to saving time, I go on to Canva to quickly do that. So your homework for today is to go and learn those platforms. First, what you can do, just learn it. Just learn it. It's like I just wanted to I just wanted to introduce you guys to this to these platforms today because I use these platforms on a daily basis. Canva, as well as Canva and ChatGPT. Those two platforms I use every single day for whether it's social media posts, whether it is creating a document, writing a blog post, creating a website. I use it a lot. Any questions before we go on? Anyone wants to ask anything? Medine, you got your hand up. Medine, are you there?
I think it was when you asked the question on the chat bot. So I was just going to say that I know that Fiona looks like she's me, and my name is on top of her screen, but it's really crazy. But what my answer was going to be is yes, I did use it to create I think it was a 30-page document, and all I put in was 5 points. Once I got those 5 points, like you did just now with the rainbow, I then took each point and put it back into the search bar, and then it gave me a further breakdown. So it's actually a very easy process to use, when you're trying to create content.
Yeah. So when you are using ChatGPT, this is very important. You got to give it context. So it's very important to tell it, hey, today we're building the website for Rainbow Kids. I want you to take on the persona of a professional web designer, or I want you to take on the persona of a professional marketer. You got to give it a persona. You got to give it a role, because remember, ChatGPT is a giant computer. It has the mind of any um, a person you can think of. So in the business world, in the marketing world, there's a guy called Russell Brunson. You guys will learn about Russell Brunson. He's the founder of a platform called ClickFunnels. So what I usually do is, if I'm building a landing page, I'll tell ChatGPT, uh, today I want you to take on the persona of Russell Brunson, and I want you to create for me a highly highly effective landing page, and then I will give it some information. So what I'm doing is already I'm telling it what type of content I want. Now, sometimes you might create content and you'll find that the content is very broad. So you got to tell it, I want you to create content for the South African market, but I want you to create content using a professional South African tone. Because if you say, I want you to create content for for using South African tone, it's going to use South African slang like lekker, like how's it, like broer. So you got to tell it professional South African English. Reno, you got a question, bro?
Yes,
Unmute.
Yeah. So I've been using ChatGPT and Canva for a while now, the past 4 months. I'm looking for some sort of course because everyone talks about these prompts. Like, you can buy these prompts on Facebook, I see it. And, I don't want a million things, but I think I'm looking for more of an advanced course, someone to handle me on ChatGPT and Canva. Is that something that you do?
Yeah, so we're going to do that in the next we got 8 lessons. So in the 8 lessons we're going to be doing that. We're going to be going into detail. So remember, today is just the intro lesson. So we're going to go into detail in those platforms.
Thanks, Sunil. Rushing to go.
It's like going to the gym. When you go to the gym, the first day you don't go and do all the weights and start to run the treadmill for 2 hours, because what's going to happen? You're going to get extremely tired. You're going to say the gym sucks and you're not going to go back tomorrow. That is why on the first day of the year the gym is packed, because what happens? People go and they strain themselves, and then they don't go back the next day. So the purpose of the course, the reason why I broke this course into 8 parts, is because you go today, you're going to learn some stuff today. Whatever you're going to learn from today, you're going to take it, you're going to practice the whole week. Next week we're going to do the next section. Then you got another week to practice and learn, and then move on. So remember, this course that I'm teaching you, this course is the web developer course, where you will be building websites, production websites for other companies, other businesses, for yourself. Production websites. I'm talking about websites like what Disney uses and Mercedes will use. You understand? By the way, most of those companies use WordPress. Mercedes, BMW, MTN, they all use WordPress because WordPress has become the industry standard for web design. Any more questions? Thank you, guys. Very good questions. I love the questions. Very good. Let's continue. So I want to show you guys. I want to do an introduction. I want to do an introduction with this. Right. So I just want to do an introduction lesson with you guys, the foundations. Guys, please forgive any spelling mistakes on this thing because it was done a long time ago, but it's still relevant. Sorry, I forgot to mute you. By the way, it's the first time I'm using Teams. By the way, give me a round of applause. It's the first time I'm using Teams. So if I'm a bit slow, it's the first time, because I'm a Zoom person and I didn't realize I got this free Team subscription. Why don't I just use it? And it's so convenient in terms of collaboration.
Thanks, Sunil. I find that this thing doesn't have the chat function.
It does. Are you on your phone or you're on your computer?
Laptop.
Yeah, so on the left-hand side, there should be something called chat. There should be a chat bubble or a chat icon. Did you find it?
We can't find it. I was also looking for it.
I was also looking for it, Sunil.
I also don't have it.
Do me a favor, Maiden. Just take a picture of what you see and just send that to me on my WhatsApp.
Sure thing.
Because on the left-hand side, let's stop sharing and let's share. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we're seeing.
So see on the left-hand side, there's chats. Can you see there's chats on the left-hand side?
Yeah, ours is not there.
Yeah. Okay, we can see.
You don't have it.
Sunil, I suspect you.
Perhaps you're in a different viewing mode.
I tried to even look at edit views.
Are you seeing Teams? Are you seeing Teams?
I can see it.
Sunil, I suspect you have to enable it for us from your side as the
host.
As the host, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to do that, but anyway, I'll find that out for you guys. Chat. Do you see Teams? Do you see Teams? If you go into content and you click on this content, if you click on posts, are you able to chat there?
That little Teams logo on the left-hand side is not on our screens. Well, it's not on my screen anyway.
Okay, so I think I need to activate it, but anyway, I will.
Thanks, Sunil.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that to me because it's the first time I'm using this. First time I'm using Teams, so it's the first
No,
time
you're doing
I'm
well.
using.
I also prefer Zoom.
Chanel, I just went
Yeah.
into settings and there it says mine shows the chat bubble, shows chat bubble, and it's off. And I wanted to put it on, but it didn't want to put it on. So settings. Somewhere there's more and things. Right at the top, it shows people, raise hand, react, view, more. And then there's settings on that's on my computer. And then if you press settings, it says accessibility, show chat bubbles. Mine is on now, so I'm going to look for it. I think each one must have go into their own.
You seeing it? Are you seeing the chat now?
No.
Sorry,
Okay.
got bad signal.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is.
We'll make sure we'll do it for next time.
Maybe it's because we're using a Chrome link or Google link to the
Possibly.
Teams chat. Maybe we need to have the app downloaded on our computers.
Could be. Okay, what I'll do is I will investigate that for you and fix that up for you, and then maybe Maydeen and I can test. So
sure, no problem.
Yeah, please, Maydeen. Let's go back to the meeting. So where is the meeting? Yeah, so I will fix that up for you. I didn't know that, but I will fix that up. So we learn every day. So let's share my screen again. So introduction to WordPress. So we use a program called WordPress to create websites. There's two versions of WordPress. WordPress.com, which is in the cloud, where you just download, you just sign up for, like how you sign up for Facebook. You sign up for WordPress.com. You don't have to get a web hosting. Everything is in the cloud. The version we use is called WordPress.org. WordPress.org is where you download a version of WordPress and you install it onto your server. So that's the difference between WordPress.org and WordPress.com. Now, you as a web developer, going forward, you would be using WordPress.org. But you don't have to do anything nowadays because everything is already in your server. Everything is already built into your web hosting, which we're going to go through now. So WordPress has two parts to it. WordPress has a dashboard and it has a front end. The front end is the actual website, what a visitor will see. It has different names like a front end, home page, front office. The back end, which is called a dashboard, has different names. It also known as a dashboard, back office, back end. Those terms are interchangeable, but the most common word people use is a dashboard. So if I want to load pages, I want to load plugins, I want to upgrade my site, I will load it through the dashboard. And you guys are seeing something. Okay, cool. This is what the dashboard looks like on WordPress. We're going to go into detail when we actually, I think next week we're going to start with the dashboard and all of that. Once I log on to the dashboard, this toolbar is shown on the top. This toolbar will be constant between the front end and the back end. I can toggle between these between the two, the dashboard and the front end of the website. The toolbar allows me to quickly do a task on WordPress. I can add a new page, a new blog post, I can add a new picture. All of that is done in the back end. On the top right is my profile that I'm logged in. So if I need to log out, I'm just going to click on Howdy and it'll allow me to, it'll give me a drop down and I can log out. Then on the left hand side, I've got home, I've got updates, I've got posts. Don't worry about Jetpack for now. Posts is things like, posts are things like blog posts that are sorted by date and time and category and tags. Media is, the media tab is where all your pictures are saved, all your PDFs, all your videos, audio, everything's under, anything media related to be under the media. Basically, it's a library. Pages is basically a static page like a web page. A web page is known as pages. The difference between a web page and a post is that a web page doesn't have, is not sorted chronologically. I cannot sort it by date or by category. And also what's unique about a blog post is some blog posts allow the visitor to post, to leave a comment. Post pages don't allow that. Then there's comments. Comments is like where people go to your post and leave a comment. Don't worry about feedback for now. Don't worry about marketplace. Under appearance is where we will set the look and feel of the site, the theme, the plugins, sorry, the theme, the menu structure, the widgets, all of that. That's where under appearance, the look and feel and the behavior of the site. Plugins is when we want to extend WordPress. So remember what I said to you earlier? Think about WordPress like your cell phone. When you buy your cell phone, it's just a phone with a few apps that comes pre-installed. If I want it to be, if I want, who came in now? It's I don't know. If I want it to be if I want it to be a shop, I need to download a shop plugin. Users is if I want to assign a user, let's say I'm building this website and I want to give Chris and Maydeen access to this website to edit the website, I'll go under users. Tools is when I want to migrate my website. Just say I want to migrate my website from AfriHost and I want to move it to GridHost. I will use the tools functionality. And then settings is where I set the initial behavior of the site, like the site title, the permalinks, the homepage, all of that is under settings, but we're going to go into detail with that. So then there's something called web hosting. Web hosting, I want you to think about web hosting. All of you have owned a flash, USB flash, or a SD card at any given time. Now, even on your cell phone, if you open your cell phone, you'll notice that your content or your media on your cell phone is saved in folders. So I want you to think of web hosting as a folder connected to the internet 24/7. I want you to think of a web hosting as a USB disk that is connected to the internet 24/7. So we use something called shared hosting. Shared hosting you can buy from any one of the service providers online like AfriHost, Xnilo, OneGrid, Access. Those are the main guys that I use. You can use any of them. CyberSmart is good as well. Guys, if you want hosting for your site, you can speak to Michael. Michael Tyson is on the group. He's got a special deal for you guys. He is charging 50 Rand a month for his hosting, and he's charging 130 for a domain registration. So you need web hosting for your website, and you need a domain name for your web hosting. The domain name is renewed once a year. Your web hosting is renewed monthly. But I think Michael charges a yearly fee, which is quite cheap. So think of in your web hosting is where you set up your domain, your website files, and you also going to set up the email addresses. Your domain name is very important. The domain name is your website location, like your www.iol.co.za, www.mnet.co.za, www.vodacom.co.za. That is the domain. My advice to you is when you are creating a domain, add in your most important keyword. Your most important keyword is the most important service you offer. So if you're selling succulents, you would say www.jessicasucculents.com. That will be the domain name. So when people are searching for succulents, they Jessica Succulents will come up.
Hi, Jane. I'm good, and you, Jane? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. I was talking to the learners, right?
Yeah.
As we said, we're going to do a 3 months training for them.
Hmm.
So they were saying they prefer online. I think because they will save on their taxi.
Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. So we spoke about names. We spoke about domain names. Your domain name is very important. And then there's pixels. I want you to take your phone out and look at your phone. Your phone is made up of pixels. Pixels going across. One pixel is one dot on your screen. So if this screen says it's 1920 across by 720 going down, 1920 across by 720 going down. So it's 1920 pixels across by 720 pixels going down. The same with your cell phone. Your cell phone is a vertical screen. Your TV is a wide screen. Your laptop is a wide screen. So you got to look at the different screens when you are building your websites. The standard size for websites, which hasn't changed over the years, is 1024 by 768. That is the standard size for websites. So the reason why we used to use 1020, it used to be, we haven't used 1020 like in maybe 10 years now, because now there's something called responsive. Those days it was bad. It was bad design to have those horizontal scroll bars. So it's fine to scroll up and down, but it's not fine to scroll left and right because it goes against the grain. So web design, we build websites for using our computers, but majority of people are viewing websites on their cell phones. So the first thing you see as soon when you open a website on your computer, everything you see as soon as the website loads is called above the fold. Everything that's above the taskbar is called above the fold. On your cell phone, the website as it loads, whatever you see on your website as soon as it loads is called above the fold. So think of above the fold as your shop window. As you're walking through, I mean, imagine you're walking through Sandton City, or you're walking through Gateway or Pavilion. What do you see through the shop windows? You see the latest stock. You see whatever the retailer is. You see the latest fashion is in there. So you make sure above the fold you put your best stuff above the fold, because how the saying goes, people say that it takes a few seconds to make an impression on people. So you got like point one of a second to make a good impression on people. So what people see when they land on your website is above the fold. Just remember that. So now we have something called a mobile first strategy. mobile is taking over. So more and more people are using their cell phones to browse the internet. 95% of people use the phone to view websites. Content is king. So even though there's a lot of images on websites, what fuels your website is content, text. Remember how you use Google. In Google, you are typing a question. You're asking a question to Google. It's text based. So content is king. So remember that what's going to make, you can have the best looking site, but if it's not content fueled, then you're just creating a white elephant. This is what I was speaking about earlier, responsive. Responsive basically means your site will adapt according to the device. You don't have to go and create a new website for your cell phone, for your tablet, for your laptop, for your Mac. Now, as you can see, all of these devices, they all got different size screens. So basically what responsive means is you create one website and it will resize according to the device. Those days, going back 10 years ago, we used to actually create a separate site. Remember, 10 years ago, we had the Mobi sites. There was things called Mobi. So you had Vodacom.mobi, you had Exact Mobi, you had all these Mobi sites that was huge 10 years ago. That means you had to create a separate website for Mobi, but no more, because now you just create one website using WordPress and the website is responsive. Make sure your website has call to action. Now, call to action is basically telling your visitor what to do. If your website is passive and doesn't have call to action, your visitor will come to your website, they will view your content and they will leave. But if you have strong call to action, you tell your visitor what to do. Phone me, download my brochure, make an appointment. That is all strong call to action. You got to tell people what to do. If you don't tell people what to do, they will leave without taking action. So your website has to have strong call to action and guide the user's steps. This is an example of a landing page, and the call to action is that button at the bottom. Security, you got to be aware of security. When you're building a website, as a WordPress website, because WordPress, majority of the websites on the internet are fueled by WordPress. So we did a stat this year in March. WordPress has about 40% market share right now, 40% of billions, or 40% of billions of websites. Think about how much of market share that is. Because it's such a big landscape, you got to also, it's also attacked, it's also hacked a lot. So you need to make sure that your site is secure. We do that by installing a firewall on our website. There's two firewalls we install on our website. One is on the server side and one is on the website. One is on the server side, meaning that our cPanel will have one, and one we will also have a soft firewall, which is a software based. So another way is to make sure that your theme and your plugins are all up to date. And also the mistake people make is they use free plugins and free themes. It's good to use those free things, but if you're building a website for a customer, my advice to you is to use a premium theme and premium plugins. So whatever you do on your website, you must have analytics. Analytics are very important for your website. You got to measure what you're doing. You measure your keywords, you measure your traffic, you measure your pages, which pages are performing well, how long are people spending on this page. Maybe you're talking about, let's use Rainbow Kids as an example. Maybe people are spending, you're talking about, maybe you got a blog post on Rainbow Kids talking about how to pack a healthy lunchbox for your kid. Maybe that post is getting more posts than any other post. So what that will tell you is that I need to create more of these types of posts. So analytics is very powerful. It sees where your traffic is coming from. Let me give you an example. Many years ago, we built a site for a customer who sells those knitted yarn jerseys. And we created a website for her, and she was, a couple of weeks went by, a couple of months went by, and nobody was buying her custom knitted yarn jerseys. When we went and when we went onto Google Analytics, we found out that people were searching for yarn. They're looking to buy the actual yarn to make their own jerseys. So we went and made a few changes, and then she started getting the right traffic coming into her site. So we wouldn't have found that out if it wasn't for Google Analytics. SEO basically stands for search engine optimization. When we talk about search engine optimization, we're talking about Google, because Google is the king when it comes to search traffic. Now, whenever you're looking for anything high ticket or you got a problem, you need a solution, you're going to Google and look for the solution, right? So think of Google as being the most important traffic that's going to come to your website that's for free. So SEO is free, it's called organic. If you want to pay for traffic, that's called paid traffic. It's got other terms like PPC or pay-per-click. Now, remember what I said to you earlier. It also works with words, because when we're searching on Google, we're searching on words. Okay, the modern guys, the Gen Zs, they use the audio search of Google a lot, but still getting there in terms of audio. Your graphics play a very important role when it comes to when it comes to your website. You got to have a visually appealing website, because people say that if your website doesn't look good, people leave within the first couple seconds. So you need to make sure that your website is also visually appealing. But visual appealing is not the most important thing, but it's important. People are not going to stick around if you have a very ugly website. So we use photo editing. We use Photoshop. There's another program called Photoscape, which I used, and I also use Canva. There's also Corel Draw, there's Illustrator, whichever you're comfortable on using. But my main suggestions to you guys, because you're starting off, go and sign up for Canva. It's free of charge, and Canva will also give you a 1-month free trial. Use a trial; it's free of charge. What's good about using a tool like Photoshop and Corel Draw is that you can quickly cut and resize your images. You'll notice that sometimes somebody might send you a photo from their cell phone. It might be 5000 px, which is too high resolution to load on your website. You need to resize that image down to like maybe 1080 pixels. Your website speed is very important. So again, going back to the previous topic, which was talking about image sizes. Now, if somebody sends you a whole bunch of images that are 5000 pixels, and you take and you upload those pictures at 5000 px onto your website, it's going to take very long to download. So that's going to also affect the website speed. And people are very impatient when it comes online. If they have to wait more than 2 seconds, they click back or they click out. And what happens is your bounce rate goes up. So bounce rate is basically a KPI that's on your Google Analytics. That means that who came to your website and left immediately. So if you want a low bounce rate, make sure you have a fast website. That's the end of the introduction. I'm gonna stop it there, and then you guys can ask questions. You guys can unmute. You guys can unmute and ask any questions.
Hi, Sunil, it's Chris. Yeah.
How's it, Chris?
Thank you, man. Sorry. Yeah, I just had to go out for a few seconds there, but I'll catch up with the recording. I just want to ask you, back onto onto the WordPress platform. What main theme should I ask? If that's the right word, that you're using. Like, I know that you get Elementor, you get Divi, you get things like that. I'm using Elementor on mine. What are you, in terms of when you're teaching, what are you going to be doing?
So I'm going to be going into the block editor. So I will first start with the foundation. So the block editor is the foundation of WordPress. It's based on the block editor. It's called Gutenberg. Gutenberg is the foundation. Then I'm going to introduce you guys to Elementor and Divi as well.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Remember, this is a web developer program, so I got to show you all the platforms. There's quite a few of them out there. There's Elementor, there is Divi, And me personally, I use a platform called Avada, Avada, Avada. I use Avada, and because of its ease of use. The problem I have the problem I have with Elementor is that if you don't update it regularly, it will break your site.
Oh, okay. So what do you recommend? Do you recommend, what's it, Avada, did you say?
Yeah, so I use Avada. I train my students on Avada. So those guys who are my students are on here, they'll know that I train Avada. Let me show you what Avada is. Did you get a call from Jane, bro?
Sorry, yes, it was me. I apologize. It was a client. I had to take that call.
No, I understand because we were. I was actually talking.
I think I was probably when my mic wasn't muted. I apologize for that. Sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. As long as it was. Were you on the call when those guys tried to hack us on Zoom? The Island Boys. The Island Boys. So we had three guys from America.
I was.
One. Yeah, Maiden was there. Remember, they were trying their tricks and whatever. Hey, that was hectic. That was a lesson for us.
Yeah, sorry. I guess you guys heard my whole conversation there. I apologize for that.
No, I muted it. No, I muted you guys.
Well, after 10 minutes, we muted it. Yeah.
No, you know what happened to me? I was trying to find the mute button and I couldn't because I was in another screen. I'm in another screen, so I should go out of that screen and.
Sorry, that's embarrassing. Yeah.
It's okay. We all here to learn. We're humans. Right. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. So I use this thing called Avada. Avada is a drag and drop. It's very similar to Elementor. But listen, when it comes to support to Elementor, you cannot beat it. Elementor is very good when it comes to support. I'm talking about after support, like to extend it. Like with Avada, even though Avada is it's the biggest platform out there. I'm talking about in terms of sales. The amount of plugins that are developed just for Avada is not as much as Elementor. If you search for Elementor plugins, what it has something called packs or add-on packs. Now those add-on packs, if you do not update those add-on packs regularly, what happens is they break your site. You get the wheel of death. It has happened to many of my clients where they got that wheel of death, where they cannot get into their Elementor. It just spins around in circles. So this is what it looks like. And what's good about this as well, the reason why I use Avada is because it's got pre-built websites. So if I click on pre-built, all these are all pre-built websites that I can use as a layout. These are all built into my, let's say I want to build this, let's use this yoga one as an example. I click on the yoga one. So this is a done for you website, which I can just come in, change my logo. Maybe if I like the picture, I can keep the picture, or I can change anything I want on this website. It's a done for you website. Can you see that? So this is why I like Avada, but you can also do this with Elementor. It's very easy to do it with Elementor. So I like Avada because it's much more cleaner. I want to show you the wine.
Also another one I found.
Yeah.
I was creating a website over the weekend with it. It's called CARD, CARRD.
Yeah, share it with us on the WhatsApp group, and then we'll check it out.
Okay.
We'll check it out. Thanks, Sarah. I'll check it out. But listen, as a web developer, you will learn different platforms and builders. According to the project, you will use your discretion and roll out which one is the best for you and which one is the easiest for you. So it's up to you to decide which one to use. So you don't only have to use you don't only always have to use Avada. Like I would use Avada, I would use Divi, and I would use. There's also another one called Visual Builder. I'll also use the Visual Builder. Or there's also one called Beaver Builder. Beaver Builder, there's W Bakery. There's quite a few of them that you could use. Now this here is a example of a pre-built online store that is in Avada. This is a pre-built. So if I click on Shop Now, See, this is an online shop that I can set up, and I can just edit the pictures as I go along. So basically, it creates a frame for me, a layout for me, and I can you see how nice the site looks like? It's a done for you site.
So
Let's look at
Sunil,
another. Yeah.
with your LMS that you mentioned earlier on, because that's something I would be keen on in terms of courses and all of that, running trainings. Does Avada have that?
No. So basically, what you got to do is you got to buy an LMS. We use an LMS platform called LearnDash. So listen carefully. There's two flavors of LearnDash. There's one that's in the cloud, and there's one that is in where you download it and install on your server. My advice to you is to buy the one that's in your server. The one that you buy that's in your server. The one that's in the cloud is very risky because if you don't pay them, they will delete all your information. So the one that's in the cloud is very risky. The one that's on your server is the one that you need. But when you're starting off, just say you're starting off. So this is what I usually do for my clients. I will first start them off with the cloud version, and then I will migrate from the cloud version into their own version, into their server.
Yeah.
So to buy this, let's show you pricing. Just to show you pricing, LearnDash plugin. So if you buy it, it's $199 per year, but you still got to buy another plugin called the Pro Panel. You got to add in the Pro Panel. So you got to add in So you got to add in. So in total, I would say $299 per year. It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you $299. It's going to cost you $299 per year. This is in dollars for your courses. Or you can get the cloud version. The cloud version will include all of that, and the cloud version works out to about 25, say 30. Say with VAT it comes to 33 USD per month. So it depends on which platform you want, but I would say this one is perfect. This $33 a month is perfect. It works out to 600 a month.
Do these
Yeah,
things
that's
come with
the
sales funnels and things like that?
So sales funnels and stuff. So basically this is a LMS. You can get a sales funnel. So basically for sales funnel we use what's it called? Optimal Press, I think it's called. Yeah, no, I'll find that out and I'll share that with you guys. Yeah, LearnDash. So the pricing of LearnDash is going to cost you $299 per year. $299 per year if you install it on your server, and if you want to use the cloud version is $25 per month. But my advice to you is first learn how to master the basic WordPress, and then you can extend it to what you want.
Thank you.
Any questions? Unknown. Is it Riona or Leona? Is it Riona or Leona?
Leona with an L.
L.
Yes.
Yeah, Leona, you got a question?
I wanted to just ask you what is the downsides of using Wix to create a website?
So Wix is free. You can use Wix is free. What's expensive about Wix is that you got to pay annually for Wix. Wix works out to about 2,000 rands a month. 2,000 rands a year. You got to pay if you buy it. If you don't buy if you use the free version of Wix, they put a lot of their own branding on it. So if you want to buy Wix, it's expensive, and if you decide you want to stop paying for Wix, then they delete your site for you, right? Or they move you onto a free plan. The Wix is very, very easy when it comes to WordPress. So if you want to use Wix to build a website, it's absolutely easy to build. It's a drag and drop. But the drawback is with WordPress, you got so much more functionality. You can extend it, and it's not as expensive. It's not as expensive as Wix.
All right, cool. Thank
so,
you.
So, Leona, what do you do? What industry are you?
So right now I'm not doing anything, but web design is one of my main interests, especially because I do a lot of photography. So I'm kind of thinking about going into the market of like doing photography and then creating websites and portfolios for other people and businesses.
Yeah, that's a good business. So, listen, you can do that with Wix, but you must understand that Wix is going to add an additional 2,000 rands to your cost.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're going to use WordPress, WordPress you just charge them for the website, and you there's no monthly fee. You understand?
So I'm actually not using Wix. I have a friend who's using Wix, and so I just wanted to like know the downsides of using that versus using the other websites.
Yeah. So if you're building websites, so if you're going to be building websites for other people, I would say learn WordPress, because WordPress you can WordPress, what you can do with WordPress you can do it with Wix, but it's better to
It's
know the
just a
knowledge.
higher cost.
Yeah, it's just going to cost you for everything.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
That's a pleasure. Anybody else who wants to ask any questions? Anyway, guys, did you learn this? Did you learn this? Enjoy this lesson? Did you enjoy it?
Yes, very much. Thank you.
So this is the basic. This was the entry level. This was the intro. Your homework for today is to go and find those platforms that I showed you, learn about them, read about them, and then next week we're going to start the real in-depth lesson. Simply, where you had a question?
Oh, thanks.
Okay, guys. So I will
Is
catch
the
you guys
training is the training once a week or
once a week on a Monday at 1 o'clock.
okay?
So book out 1 o'clock, 1 to 3, because I said book out 1 to 3 because there's always I'm always going to give you homework. I'm always going to give you something to go back and check. So the rest of that, the time that if we finish early, like now we're going to finish early, use that extra time to go and do the homework that I gave you. You understand? So you got more time for TikTok and Netflix. Okay, guys, thank you for attending. I'll see you guys on Monday at 1 o'clock. Thanks so much for attending.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Mike, are you there? Mike, Michael, are you there? Elsie?